So there are so many amazing spots to dine out in Manhattan. Like honestly, sometimes I feel like there's too many amazing spots to dine out in Manhattan, like too many choices. So I'm gonna break down a few of my favorite neighborhoods to dine out in Manhattan. I'm going to warn you in advance, this is my opinion. There are no facts behind this video. So sometimes I like to actually use like facts to say like, so what is the top rated neighborhoods for dining? So this is just solely my opinions on where I would recommend that you guys go if you're new to Manhattan or just want to try out a new neighborhood to dine in. So my first recommendation for a neighborhood to dine in is definitely going to be SoHo. So I feel like SoHo's dining scene is definitely low-key yet very trendy at the same time. I say low-key because if you walk through the streets of SoHo, unless you're on West Broadway specifically, West Broadway is really the only location in SoHo where the dining is very like in your face on the street. You can just walk into restaurants or see people literally dining outside. But that's really the only main location that you can find that in SoHo. The rest of the neighborhood definitely going to have some more really great dining spots, low-key in buildings. You have to know how to get in there. You have to know where they are. It's not going to be directly like just walking by and being like, that's a really cute wine bar. They're not like that. So there are a few exceptions outside of West Broadway. For the most part, West Broadway is going to be like your main dining area, and then a lot of really great low-key underground places, hotel bars, just really cool places that I do recommend that you go out of your way for, but you just have to know that they're there and plan in advance. You pretty much never ever get into a place in SoHo like same day or without a reservation at all. Like that is a neighborhood where you 100% need to have a reservation unless it's not a very popular place. There's only been like very few amount of places that I've ever been able to just like walk in last minute because I didn't have that planned out in advance. Typically, if you do not have it planned out in advance, they will not seat you. The next neighborhood on this list is going to be Nomad. Now, so if you've seen any of my other recent videos about Nomad, Nomad has become like the trendy hot neighborhood of the year. Not only just like new development, like real estate new development coming into the neighborhood, but also new hotels have opened up in the neighborhood, and new hotels bring in new restaurants. I've always liked dining in Nomad. However, I haven't even tried some of these new restaurant bars because they are so crazy busy, expensive, and they've just been getting so much publicity right now. So again, another neighborhood where like nowadays, good luck getting in without a reservation into Nomad because these places are getting so much press. And also there's been a ton of celebrity sightings in this neighborhood as well. So my next neighborhood on the list is going to be Tribeca. And I used to live in Tribeca, and there is a ton of really great dining spots in Tribeca. Now, they're definitely pricey and fancy for the most part, but at the same time, I would say that the dining scene, even though that it is pricey and the places are fancy, nice places, I would say that it's a little bit more low-key than SoHo is. I mean, when it comes to reservations, honestly, nowadays in Manhattan, as 2023, when I'm recording this video, you pretty much can't get into anywhere without a reservation nowadays, so I shouldn't even make it neighborhood specific because it really is the whole borough of Manhattan. But Tribeca, I would say that you might have a little bit better chances than SoHo. A lot of people who dine out in Tribeca tend to live or work around Tribeca or are visiting somebody who tends to live and work in Tribeca. I'm not saying that people from other neighborhoods don't go out of their way to go to Tribeca. I'm just saying that it tends to be a little bit more locals than like SoHo is. I compare it to SoHo because SoHo and Tribeca are two neighboring neighborhoods. I love the dining scene in Tribeca. I would say it's probably my favorite thing about the neighborhood as a whole. And it has a mix of like low-key hidden places, but also places that like you can see from like the street level that are very like obvious as you walk by. I would say overall, it's definitely gonna lean towards fine dining for sure, but you can find some more like affordable, like casual options as well in the neighborhood. There's just not gonna be as many as like the fine dining options. So the next neighborhood is going to be the West Village. The West Village is probably my favorite neighborhood to dine in Manhattan. There's just something about like going out to like dinner and drinks in the West Village. Like the whole vibe and the whole neighborhood is just so like aesthetically pleasing and like cute. So it's just like a fun neighborhood to just be like, okay, like I'm just gonna like walk around, spend some time going from a few different places in the West Village. So West Village locations tend to be on the small side just because it is a kind of very tight, small neighborhood, as really all of the villages are. So this is definitely gonna be a place that it's a little bit hard to do walk-ins. So more recently, I've been able to walk in and get bar seating in some West Village places. And I would say they're not the hottest places in the West Village, but I would say most places in the West Village are like very nice. And you're gonna be pleased with like probably about like 95% of restaurants here. And my last neighborhood is going to be Hell's Kitchen. Some people might be like surprised with Hell's Kitchen, but so I really do think that it is an underrated neighborhood when it comes to dining. So I think like for a while they were trying to get like a part of Hell's Kitchen to actually be called Restaurant Row because there's just so many restaurants in one location in Hell's Kitchen. And at another time they actually closed off that particular street to car traffic because there was just so many people like dining on the streets on Restaurant Row. So I wouldn't probably go all the way out of my way unless I was meeting somebody in Midtown specifically, then I would go probably to Hell's Kitchen. But if you live in Midtown or Uptown and just want to get a change of scenery, I do think that the dining scene in Hell's Kitchen is very underrated. Or if you're looking to go to a Broadway show or just a theater in general in the theater district, Hell's Kitchen is right next to the theater district. So I think you can find some way better places to dine in Hell's Kitchen than the theater district for the most part. are definitely worth walking a few blocks over to the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood. So those are going to be 5 neighborhoods that I recommend for dining. Now, you might also notice that on this list is very West Side neighborhood heavy compared to East Side. Now, I do have to say, I love the West Side of Manhattan, and I spend a lot of time throughout all of Manhattan because I'm a real estate agent, so I work with all different neighborhoods and all different people. There's something about some of these West Side neighborhoods for me, so I would love to know, what are your favorite neighborhoods to dine at in Manhattan, and what have I missed in this video, or do you not agree with anything that I said? Because I would love to know in the comments, because as always, I love hearing from you guys.